Merry meet and welcome to the general reading for all signs for today, the 12th of July, 2024, or whenever you happen to be watching this reading. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely, I just lost my list, are the lovely Vanessa and the lovely Suzanne, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Deline. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us for this daily reading. Today I'm reading with the Ancient Italian Tarot. I think they discontinued this, but I did find a few places that's still selling it, so I put the link if you want to purchase this deck to purchase it in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. I'm going to purify with my own homemade Van. This is not the one that's pure vervain. It's the one that's a formula. And I put a link to the blog post that has that formula on it. Should you want to make your own Van. Okay, I can talk today. I think it's going to work. This goes out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard it, because it's probably not meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, and you can find the most recent of all of our tarot streams right on the website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. By the way, if you're watching this on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch shuffling, all you have to do is use the timestamps. Get right to that reading. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching us on Twitch, please make sure that you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. We do have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. It's still an affiliate store right now, which means we make a small commission off of every sale. But the soft launch to the new shop is coming up very soon. Make sure that you're subscribed to emails so that you get all of those kinds of announcements. You can subscribe to emails on the bottom of any page of our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. If you feel like giving a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga, or on YouTube you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks. We do appreciate your support, and thank you so much for being here for this daily reading. Let's get going on this. Let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. We start out with the 9 of Wands, the 5 of Coins, and the Empress card. Okay, this is wonderful. I know it doesn't seem wonderful yet, but it's all working out for most everybody, I think, watching this. Okay, so the 9 of Wands is talking about fatigue, and just, it just gets tiresome sometimes going through the same rut and doing the same things and letting people get away with the same stuff. It's fatiguing for most of us to not change. And it seems like for many of us, at least in this particular reading, there's a lot of financial reasons for the fatigue and working just for the money. And if the money was better, everything would be okay. And that's understandable, because it's tough sometimes to make ends meet, and it just seems like you can barely get ahead, and when you do get ahead, it's only temporary, and it's just so fatiguing. You got to work so hard just to keep your head above water sometimes. That can really feel like, what's the point? But the good news is that this Empress card is here saying, well, I've got the answer. I've got the answer. You don't need to work yourself to the bone. You don't need to just get by. You can be abundant. You can be prosperous. And her lesson is the lesson of poise and peace. And that poise and that peace causes a magnetism. And it works beautifully if we really work it. And we don't allow ourselves to get caught in this cycle of fatigue. This cycle of just working just to keep our heads above water, to learn how to take lessons from this goddess of prosperity, to stand up straight or sit up straight in our throne, to have that poise and that peace and allow things to come to us. And a lot of times when we are confronted with this lesson in a reading like this, we say, yeah, but, and that's usually what keeps us in the fatigue and in the poverty, because that is a type of poverty, to just barely get by. And you have to work so hard just to barely get by. That's a type of poverty. And so be careful of the yeah, but. Don't yeah, but yourself into staying in that. Allow yourself to open to the idea that she might be onto something, that you can have a prosperity, that you can become poised and peaceful and magnetic to your good, and that things can work out for you in a beautiful and wonderful way that is not fatiguing, that doesn't cause you to lose all. Because what happens is when you're trying to keep your head above water, self-care is way down on the priority list. It's just like, okay, once all of these other things happen, then I'll take care of myself. And she's saying that's so backward. Time to take care of yourself first. Take care of your needs first. Make sure that you get the rest that you need. Make sure that you are poised and peaceful and happy no matter what's going on around you. Finding some happiness in each and every moment, and allowing yourself to find that happiness in the midst of whatever the poverty happens to be showing up as. And when you find that peace and that happiness in the midst of it, you have power over it. And the power is not something that you even have to direct. It's something that you can just witness. You witness it breaking up. You witness things changing and turning around for you. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it's fast. It depends. I mean, everybody's different. But the lesson is very clear here. The Tower, which is, it's probably something, there has been a Tower experience in everybody's life recently, it looks like. And it can seem like, oh, now what? When's the other shoe going to drop kind of thing? And we have to bless that Tower experience and recognize it for what it is. Even though it didn't seem like it at the time, we can extract good from it. Even though it didn't seem maybe good at the time, we can extract the good from it. We'll get back to that in a second. This is that Pope card. And this wonderful Six of Coins. So the financial miracle is coming, but you can't allow yourself to be under somebody else's thumb. You can't allow yourself to sell your soul for a measly pittance. That's what this is talking about. That there's this authority figure, there's this company, this job, this person, whatever this is, this authority figure that makes you think that well, at least it's not worse, and I have to bow down to whatever this is in order to just barely keep my head above water and stay fatigued all the time, because it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I remember when it was a lot worse, so I should be content with this. That's not this peaceful, poised, and serene Empress experience at all. She doesn't put up with poverty. She doesn't put up with being under somebody's thumb. She doesn't put up with fatigue. She didn't put up with any of it. But her way of not putting up with it isn't to go and fight. It's to relax and melt it away. Melt it away. And she calls upon, and you're being encouraged to call upon that solar light to have things rearranged for you so that the divine design shines through. Right? Because this is not the divine design. If you're fatigued and just barely keeping your head above water and having to bow down to some sort of external monolith somewhere and constantly having crisis after crisis, that's not the divine design. That's not it at all. And the divine design is available to you, but you have to allow yourself to realign, and you have to give up the yeah but. You have got to give up the yeah but. You have to do it just have faith for a while, even if it's maybe a couple of months worth of faith. Just commit to, I'm going to have faith for 2 months, and I'm going to prove it to myself, one way or the other, right? And then you really go for it. You really find that peace. You really find that serenity. You really find that poise, and you call upon that solar light. And you let that solar light reorder everything for you, and you do it over and over and over again as you watch things change and manifest in new ways rather than staying stuck. And remembering one of the first lessons that this goddess of prosperity is teaching you is that you take care of yourself first. You take care of your needs first, not after the money, not after the job, not after the authority figure, not after everybody else around you, not after you clean up mess, whatever it is. You take care of yourself first. You get your rest, you get your nutrition, you get your exercise, you get yourself taken care of first. And then you call upon that solar light to take care of the rest. And just watch as things start to change. The Six of Coins is the financial miracle. The Five of Coins is the financial problem. And it's nice when the miracle comes after the problem, which is the case here. So that miracle, that financial miracle, is nothing other than you allowing for the divine design to reorder your life. That solar light is going to reorder your life, and being willing to let that reordering take place. And sometimes that reordering does look like the Tower, especially if we're hanging on for dear life to stuff that's not good for us that we think we need, right? So being willing to let go and trust that the solar light knows what it's doing. And when things start to change, let them. It's changing for the better, not for the worst, but we have this idea of, well, it could be a lot worse, so let's just hang on to what we've got. That's not what's being called for here. What's being called for here is to trust that solar light knows what it's doing, and when we allow it to, and when we ask for it to, it can change everything for us. And like I said, it may take a while, it may be fast. Everybody's different. It depends on you. But when the change starts happening, we have to accept that the change is that. The change is for our highest good, and not hang on to the status quo. We have to allow ourselves to rise above the status quo, to rise above the situations in our lives, and not bow down to them as if they are some sort of authority, because they're not. The only authority in your life is your own higher power, and your own higher power has other things in mind for you than you being broke, busy, upset, tired, malnourished, fatigued. That's not the divine design. I promise you, that's not what infinite intelligence's will for you is. So we have to be willing to allow those changes to happen and not prejudge the changes when they start to happen. Because sometimes what happens is we're stuck, but we think, well, it could be worse. So when we call on a higher power to help us, to improve our situation, and things start to break up and move, we say, wait a minute, wait. This is scary. I don't want this. Let's go back to what I think was safe. So don't go back to what you think was safe. Call upon that solar light, call upon that goddess of prosperity, and allow yourself to be lifted out of this and taken into a better place. And then don't shut it down when things start to change, because change is necessary. Okay, 4 meditations are indicated here. This Tower card, there's a meditation called Letting Go of What Is Worn Out. The Pope card, or the Hierophant, has a meditation called Overcoming Feelings of Powerlessness. The Empress card has a meditation called Lessons from the Goddess of Prosperity. And the one meditation, if you don't do any others, that I would recommend is the solar light meditation. And I would recommend that you do it several times a day over the next several days, at least, if not more frequently, just to get that change going. And you're going to do great. It's actually turning out for you, but you have to let it turn out for you. You have to trust that the turning out is happening. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Vanessa, Suzanne, and Darlene. And we'll see everybody for another reading tomorrow. Blessed be.